weekend, the summer competition cost 24 Grand Number diffusers and Johnny White, the MIA technical delegates have said no, the fans are excited, and now he punched it right in the we're going to see him next weekend in St. Louis. Round 5 performance in motion. If you haven't seen the video, he breaks it on goes in front of house. That'd be absolutely fantastic. You can see that right here. Speed was second last year, so we'll see how he gets on. The 5 seconds that kept coming up even last night, 24 hours later, Pastrana is still talking about it. And you talk about the flowers the kids say as well. Speaking of flowers, we're horsepower, all rotors
with it with Oliver Solberg, who's the son of Peter Solberg, who won the World Rally. So many drift displays here at Goodwood as well as all over the world, as you say. He was a motocross rider from when he was 6 years old. He had lived and built machinery over all those years, and like with it in Smoking, so TCP Magic developed this car, built this full rotor.
Oh my god!
Holy shit. Wow, how can he breathe? That is just insane. Oh my Still how is it just chilling? Oh, there we go.
Electric powertrain car, and just that instant torque, really powering with that performance division as well, really creating some exciting advantages.
We try a lot of new things here, and this is actually the INX 6N that we just launched 2 hours ago. So it really shows what we're trying to do in the electric high-performance space. We're really interested in where this direction will go, not in terms of speed and numbers, but we're really interested in how fun these cars can drive.
Still having a bit of fun, the Ioniq 6N, a sporty EV sedan debuting here at Goodwood. I mean, how important is this? Wait, you do want to go pound, and then put on the 300. So you draw that way up, and the rotor forms go round.
The LE technology through every
and he's just a really so go through it. It's a virtual future that we call Lucid, and we
Oh my god.
where we can utilize new technology and really focus on how we can make
platform of the end of the development. Oh, here we go. James Dean is back. All right, so we go from, again, little broken phone on that Amazon, This is what we want to do, guys. I'm going to be quite honest. We want to show the fans, you guys, everybody. Again, the hair standing up my arm and I'm going to you as well. Go. So coming into that wall, doesn't slide it as side we go. I don't know if that's all right. Kind of, you see one, you see one. But that is the case. This is fucking just right. It's really interesting to see again. I've ridden in an R32 with the easy motor. I've kind of tucked the motor into a Skyline. I've seen a Camaro. So here's the manufacturer thing. Let's build an electronic drift car. You know, we've seen them off the 1400 with Bonte Jr. built in conjunction. We've seen that on the hill. We've seen the Transit. But here's one day saying, hey, let's build a drift car. Driving this bike, did a 3-minute burnout the other day, so got a little clear track. So why not? Yeah, the front facility, they'd be very, very driver. He took no aggressive cars, step to end, reject it. He does donuts, goes up another side. Boys, you know, this carefree sort of guy, you know, that applying that knowledge into technology, forging it away. Is it here? It is here now. Is it supported? TBD. To be determined. Or TBD. You know, big campaign, a variety of different vehicles, and that's all this is a smart car, this is a smart car. A lot of these guys are there. it. That looks like young Ollie Behrman behind the wheel. Down the wrong side. They're working well, but the car is in the fastest qualifying, but they have managed to score some points, although still a bit painful. But this is, as I said earlier, of the drivers. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, Bruce. All right, I'll give you a moment. Go ahead and get your breath. What happened to her? He's back to the coach. What a cool justification.
They're quite nippy and nimble and
Almost been over the fact that it's no longer part of Formula One. Now ready to... We still have a few more cars coming up the hill. We'll be able to watch as we go on past, changing past again. We're seeing a high on. A steering wheel mechanic at all times. He's a tall glass of water. He's about 6'7".
Probe it to that car to see what the temperature is. Pirelli will take those cars away, and I think they might put them on the wall as a
why deal with an LS? I mean, he can throw a Wankel at it. He's got a few, he made his Corvette rotary.
And he's actually been training for us all the way since 2014. I'm on the hill climb course, top of the wheel on
Fangio and the third.
Dude's grabbing his one's been broken 2 times. You can break one nice and easy though. It's so fucking good. Yeah. I'd say yeah. No, is it?
Off the track, it's this vehicle again. You get a Goodwood pin drive I've seen. miles/hour pulling up, showing the expertise of the pilots doing a loop in formation. But not only that, they'll change formation. 8 and 9 will move inwards, and they change the shape from swan to shuttle, reaching a height of just over 5,500 feet. The aircraft now slowing down to only 120 miles/hour. The controls being a lot more restrictive in the top of that loop before they come back down to around about 500 miles/hour, and red one bring them around to the left.
Is the ultimate, and I mean that quite literally because it's the ultimate.
And we will be seeing him in the shootouts as well. So much success from the 911.
The rate of progress is quite extraordinary.
We'll be seeing in the tech. That's it was remarkable to get later on. The S76 that is so popular, one of the most popular. To last year's record specification back in 19. around, and what a thing this is when you look at it. Future. It does feel modern meets retro. It's actually now the really that.
And you'll hear it before Trey, obviously, and an icon that absolute legends. So it's great, you know, again, Colin forever.
You'll see that they're not just
He won it that year, he was third. He won it on the year after those, 2011.
So much force, so much power, and then you're right foot. Thank you very much. And yes, because
do something quite funny to me, I have to say.
Thank you very much, David. GT.
Very lightweight this car. It's got no back seats whatsoever. It's just a strict two-seater, 75 kilograms lighter than the skid off, and they can add all kinds of extra features which customers may require. Dealership. But yeah, this is a bit of a bridging gap between Ollie Bam and a fan favourite and Andrew Swift. It's pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, I mean,
In America for his success in Canada racing and driving the Porsche 997.
because what follows is the sharp left-hander focus, just in the
row of it around. They're not quite the same level as the WRC1, but when you look at it being thrown around, it almost looks as though there's a bit more. Yeah, but it's most people, if they got into that sort of wobble with serious event, and yeah, the BMWs are so strong, coming from that big engine all the way through.
Cars will be coming out as well, and some of the great some of the manufacturers in particular are putting up particular
Beautifully laid out car. Before Adrian sits there, has now left the joint. Indeed, he has before he left Red Bull.
to mimic the Jerry Judah sculpture in front of the house, but Gordon was assembled from
over the years, but talk to any driver.
More than sure. It took them a long time to take their first win. Finally, it came
to its end, but they're not going to be doing that anymore.
It's about artistic beauty. But if you look at the tiniest elements of this car, even the wheel nuts are full of beauty. The record, but this is top engineering. This is
Leads a naturally aspirated V12. This is the most powerful non-hybrid V12.
Carlo Martini edition. We've seen so many models bringing history back to life. This kind of rocky, isn't wonderful to see one of them heading under hill here. Yeah, this
With the floral yellow-green livery. Coming up the ranks, great in Xfinity and then tough production car.
Starting on top of the driver.
Quick chase now, he's just coming with the crowd. In the corners when he gets the first corner and the second, and then balancing it out, but I think he's
Just dynamic on a motorcycle. He still loves behind the wheel. That big sports bike is very easy, they've got a lot of power. So,
picking up young stars and making them and developing. He did their own road cars in the same colour. You thought that was video games. This is what really jumped up and making it work. And it looks like an outfit that's not the
you feel very, very rapidly, getting a little feel for it. And you can see it.
Race grade suspension in this.
Even a car from this generation with the
1960s, but of course you had that fabulous battle before.
Engine is one of the most exquisite cars I've seen.
The title himself. Miles an hour in 1930, but they didn't get the second repeat return leg. It was very
He's got a very, very handy riding mechanic. His father Ben is
again, another car with a colossal. For them, a different, not a big difference to the racing in that, and they had time, of course, by Michael Schumacher for one of his cycles, wasn't it, Harry? So, in his early time, test rivals, both up and running. So, looking further down the order now as well.
the racing cars under that, it's sitting so high. And has taken it to amazing levels, and Birds are very lucky to have him. Turbocharging became such a part of Formula 1. The 1977 team from 1976, but the yeah, very much. It's lovely to see. And this happening. Nobody came over doors or windows. That all the opportunities to have mistakes and so hard to come into the line back in the 1970s.
Track only, surprise, 9,000 RPM.
2mm wide aluminium bodywork, all carefully shaped out, planned,
As a designer, you could throw off sort of yokes of convention and come up something that's unique but so personal. Just to explain the relevance of the fan in 1978, the Brabham.
Who said not here the
were just playing at the box, but it's true. The Kiwis are top talent now, all the BMW. Running down the
just taking this away.
In 2024, but not shown publicly, making its global dynamic debut right.
You can imagine people had one in the paddock when they passed outside the racing. Wasn't the high point of the car, but who cares, frankly? Yeah, we think about but he's just learning how to drive with electric motors that he's such a finesse driver that shooting down to the ground. But able to show them he'll stop. That's just one of the famous driver in there, I'm glad to say. So super dynamic. I can turn on the sixpence or a dive. When you look at these displays, you wonder what makes the
GT, a prize only.
grown and grown, but it gets taken in all sorts of directions, all the celebrations. They're not larvae. Lineage, and this is the car that Hockenheim, the big attraction, but also Norris. Absolutely top drivers of the age. Where the original is, but those big wider wings. But more than getting cars that compete then and now in historic racing series. Is that happening with motorbikes as well? Not so much, no, not really. So, but no, all over the world. Loving this mono wheel, and it's great to see again in the eclectic mix of stuff here. This is the UK mono wheel team. They've got the world's fastest mono wheel. They've done 89 miles an hour in this year, and they were just, I think, only making this all coming from this sort of this model, and it's metal panel. And to bathe the cabin in beautiful sun nicely as well. Oh, look at that. Yeah, never
Disagreed with what went on track. I thought it was totally irresponsible. Something else happened in 1977.
behind the seat above Goodwood.
Here has been little louder.
His incredible design work. We've got an array of his cars. XK in blue with the wonderful yellow trim of the Aston Martin Valkyrie with over 1,100 horsepower, gets up to now out behind the door of the
The driver's effort is the effort off the track, isn't it? So much diversity on this machine.
Yeah, there is, and that 450 is an enduro bike, a motocross bike, but they heavily modify it obviously for the Dakar, with the aero. Becoming a limited production. Over 5.2. And this stands out from every angle. It does, and the front end starts.
If you want to buy a car, get rid of your car.
Weekend, and now he's on show for Alpine here, front seat. Grand Prix, 27 podiums, and Harris is one of those brands which is
Develop and honed by they put them back on home.
Yeah, this is very much built for that LM8 Lancet engine was awesome. But also the security
Ambiance in the team with Ayrton was a bit difficult for me because
Nelson Piquet, Eric Warwick, all in that era. How much did you reflect on that?
completely different car on our screens now is the new Corvette E-Ray. It's getting its of over 1,000 brake horsepower, and doesn't it look resplendent in that Aston Martin racing blue?
which was slightly damaged, had a bit of side pod damage. Adrian Newey was leaning over the hill, although in the air there was
the rally car that is more based on a road car than the WRC1. In fact, we've just seen machinery from Ferrari in that
Formula 2 champion from Brazil. Got his first points a couple of times, a couple of weeks ago. Welto back out it really was. And wheel drive 0 to 62 in about seconds. A new intelligent active damper, giving it an improved...
So we'll miss him enormously, but one thing I...
Leto, he's out there.
Before then completing his Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5. Off to the right, Tristan Nation is known as Hannah.
Swap to them. And it's all about experiencing as many things as you can, and the driver there ducking down low in his white shirt, always with his tie, fantastic standard. Both ways.
It does, yeah. They're charging their way out of they have in the latest version, the sheer amount of horsepower is even more important because each group
24-hour race running to hydrogen spec, but this is a vehicle made, Ben, to perform in extreme locations around the world. Speed, but don't forget, slapping hand down saw a Roman Dumas run in that 159.
so lovely to see the speed and the performance of these machines. Well, for many years, and this is the vehicle that you can see with that high ground clearance.
Back to play. This is their first season in Formula E, and you don't hit the ground running.
The Mustang GT3 race car,
Be able to get to.
he's going to challenge, he's certainly going to challenge at least for maybe second, just through the exit there. I don't think he's definitely not going to his way through Moulcombe Corner. He's nearly 7 tenths up already. Corner, clips all the grass and more on the inside
States WRC is coming as recent as 2026.
Right for Mercedes to win. Really made its name with its sort of powder blue livery and the flashes. Now riding on board, pitching it into the first one, the concentration
The aerodynamics on these now really are about. It ran for a while and has actually had some success because he only had one hole. Weeks on end through the harshest terrain from the track, and they just stand right in very well indeed. Yeah, we're moving a little bit further back to the side.
allowed to dance with their feet if it's starting to go over. I absolutely think that's fair. And I was saying, if you have a little bit of loose change in your pocket on one side, you might fall.
And then nail it at Riverside. And I love type of motorsport competition. And under Jim Farley, they have got a racer at the heart of the top, and that is look like not very quick.
Win the Constructors' Championship though. But going back a bit earlier,
Problem with the transmission and making the history, he'll be able to put it absolutely into perspective.
of course, off the exhaust system. We do get some normally, particularly as he comes up the hill, we normally get to see that. To expect, because we've gone from pre-war into this.
People think you just hang on, but you're moving, the G on your arms is so before, but almost more important, not heard before. 2011 on this bar blade, again sort of an inline 1000cc 4-cylinder. Now we've got Sam Sunderland.
Version.
Paint wet on the bicycle. Maybe I'm
Put it a little bit sideways, a brilliant place to watch the climb here. This is the point where you right, and then pitch it in, balance it over, just kissing the grass. In fourth gear, these cars and the drivers that raced them, they were the true titans of Formula 1 in that pre-war period.
Was particularly wet, but finally we've got cars going up the hill.
Andrew Picotti, yeah.
Listening out for it, and of course Aston Martin has history. It took a while to win them all, but
1,500 revs maximum at that time. You can hear it doesn't rev high, but it still provides some power. And Archie's going to with its V10 3 litre
to me.
Chap and the Gordon Murray, in a way they haven't since the 1950s.
Yeah, and that's what it's been so much these days.
Possible, and this is as dynamic as possible, and the 40 centimetre back on the wing.
The 8, you'll hear it before you see it. It's coming your way.
With the arrows, this is BMW power.
The fabric. Wow. Very, very similar race to this.
alive as always behind this fantastic Belgium, and that was actually the final
That is the archetypical photograph. And then raise that car to 74. Type D, Benoit Fabrie is driving driving that, but we're just watching another
Ducati 1199.
X, here the FX X.
You get this kind of performance.
Tell you what.
It looks wonderful in that 1980s Marlborough colour scheme, beautifully restored, and you can see it popping the wheel. It's got that absolutely beautiful 2024, and this guy has got some real skills as well.
That's what that big is, yeah.
He hasn't won it for about 30 years. The Dakar one, but I've ridden the CRM 450 motocross version, and I've still got a few motocross bikes. Break as he came from there, so he's not really, I think he's only been up for one run this morning. Carlos, so really lovely chap, had a great season. Weapon. There was nothing quite lucky like it, nothing like it.
Now with building cars, and we're going to be useful for winning Grand Prix. You've got a car to be on the roof of the we've been really stressed out. Track 2000 and 2000. An inline four from absolutely stunning bike. And you can hear that.
Vehicles, they've had their time down, but till Bechtel, Simon Chima has reinvigorated the company. This is their first year competing in Formula E. Johnny Herbert hadn't driven this car till 13. Now, another make here. We talked to Jota earlier, linked it to that. Discussions were had, but anyhow, the differences were put behind them. But we saw this car
by Delara, you can just see it.
It's got a dwarfable roof scoop as well.
Small as possible. They can have a good sound. Yes, I know. Talking about sound, this is sorry, in the gearbox. So the total power 0 to 60
Europe joins the battle.
fuel injection, 6-speed, and it really is such a robust motorcycle. And after quite a long while, we're very proud that.
She's on there.
Lucas 49, I mean, what do I call it now? A bit of an earlier period, but the back afterwards. Standout moment, performance from a young rider. On the left-hand side of red 1 is red 3, right then Andrew McEwen, known as Matter. Matter through the ABAB, which is the Harrier. Very successful, we're doing 64.1. Later on, but let's go and enjoy the race. On the final day.
absolutely beautiful.
off in the same way that we started in 2024. This is the fastest right there, George Hobday.
That subtitle last year.
Goes now with that semi-active four-way adjustability, talking of aero.
Get to at the line. The market
5-litre V8 Spree.
Subaru, and he's been a part of Subaru. Quicker time than he did yesterday. 43.
And look at that, everyone always thinks the rear wheel kind of at the back, but it's not, it's right in the middle.
I just want to point people out to the wonderful documentary you made.
A later vehicle than we saw from the previous two. You're into the 1930s now.
Half seconds there, the ERA
Lee built up after the first six.
Car at all, and it's hard.
Track into ambassador, but I think, anybody who knows Johnny, he's so full of enthusiasm. He's a great man to have around.
He is, absolutely, a great talent.
Atari, who is driving that. That's the
He's done well, and yeah, now Clark is next. And it's particularly at the rear, those rear haunches are
The hill, it is indeed, with again. Getting ready to go this way. The drip, Lambo, looking down to the corner, thinking, no, it's going to be Roadster unveiled digitally in 2024.
Spot for Aston Martin, of course.
yeah, it's the final kind of together for John Barnard. Work it up, and while everybody else was wrecking their tyres, he's got perfect tyres at the end. So he was brilliant with tyres.
Donuts. Only going a little bit slower than what he was yesterday, but that is
Let's have a look from James. A lot more inside.
Against each other in this class, and Jake Hill, of course, will be one of the competitors as well.
On the brakes into Malcolm corner. Oh, gets a little bit of a win multiple times at Goodwood. He goes through, kick of the tail, and he goes to very old.
Petrol Castro was indisposed after a little incident. Look on point of chassis design. Champion, and at the same time the whole concept was how do we get German television to come to
The drivers just sit behind and
And that's what you're, I guess that's what you're defining with the lifestyle. It's not just bizarre, it's not what you expect, but it's good. Absolutely. Well done. Enjoy the rest of the session. The founders of toy, small saloons with large ranges and on board this early parade is for Christmas. And we're looking at something in Brazil, and Lewis taking his turn. Over there and suddenly became the
allowed to be loud.
This is a pretty
the world of Lamborghini. They had a big announcement. They had a big announcement there. Big announcement yesterday. All corners online, and the sites were very different. Clearly, enormous performance with a mid-engine Aston Martin, and they really are. With Aston Martin desires and different demands at all sorts. To the open, not quite beyond them.
In hybrid, and the car last
Yeah, just bring it in tighter at the end.